So what is your development initiative in Kenya?
So I'm doing women's empowerment with Sarah.
Okay. How's it going so far? We've been here for 3 weeks.
So we're about at the halfway point in our trip, and it's been interesting because we looked back at sort of the goals and objectives that we had originally planned, and we had written those with the full knowledge that once you get to Africa, all your plans can go out the window. But we had kept our goals pretty general. Our two goals were build teamwork among women in the community and build up opportunities for leadership in the community. And so those were the two things, and we were kind of thinking, start women's groups, work with existing women's groups, talk to girls, things like that. And so we weren't sure exactly how it would look, but we had ideas. And so when we got here, it was really interesting because 2 days in, I went with one of the project leaders to just meet with elders in the area, and we're looking for an elder in an area called Athura, and we end up running into this female clan elder, and so it was kind of right off the bat we were already introduced to women's issues and a woman in a position of leadership, and so it's been very different than what we intended because there's a lot of existing women's groups, especially in this area where we're at. But then once you get on the fringes, in the more rural areas, there's nothing. And so since we've been here, 2 new women's groups have started, one in Tulu and one in Athura. And so it's been really, really interesting. And then on top of those 2 women's groups starting, we've also gotten to talk to some girls that are adolescent age, and we talked to them about menstruation and how can you have a healthy menstruation when you're in rural Kenya. And so we had a talk with some of the girls at the Ratian primary school, and then tomorrow we'll have another talk with some secondary school girls. So.
What kind of enthusiasm were you met with at the schools?
At the schools, it's very interesting because the girls, when you first start to talk to them, they're really shy, and they're excited that you're there, and they kind of all crowd to the front of the classroom, and they all squeeze into their little bench seats, and then as soon as you start talking, you ask them questions, and they'll answer really quietly or just kind of barely raise their hand. But then once you kind of get them going, we were asking them, do you like to be a girl? And they're like, yes. And then we said, louder, do you like to be a girl? And they're like, yes. And then, they got louder and louder. And so it was really fun to see just the enthusiasm grow and the comfort level grow and all that. So.
Okay. How do you feel focusing on girls as well as women? Do you notice differences in enthusiasm?
Yeah, girls, of course, are everywhere you go around the world. Girls are probably the most passionate and compassionate people that you'll ever meet, and so always the enthusiasm is, you can't match that anywhere, and so so it's been really good to work with girls and women, because women, while they may be a little more relaxed into their routine and then a little less in your face, women are also the people that get things done in a community. And so it's been really cool, because I feel like women and girls are 2 of the most influential and under-tapped resources that communities have in the developing world.
Do you find that women are happy with their lives?
I think women are survivors, and women kind of deal with what the cards they're given, and so
Okay.
It's almost like if I were to ask that question, which maybe I'll try asking it, but I can guess that the answer would be, this is just how it is,
Mm-hmm.
And so we're hoping that, people don't become complacent in that. It's great to be content in your life, but also, you don't want that to be an excuse for not pushing yourself further, pushing your community further.
Okay. So women are welcoming generally to anything that you want. If you want to improve their lives or you want to offer them advice on anything, empower them, they're happy and passionate and motivated?
Every person's different. I've come across a really wide range of different things, and so some women are just, they've got all they can handle on their plate, and some women want to make that extra sacrifice to, change their community. And that's true wherever you go. There's social entrepreneurs that are just natural leaders, and then there's people that are okay to just follow. And so we've been really looking for those women that are the social entrepreneurs of the community, because we're going to be here just a few weeks in total, and yet there's going to be these women that are natural leaders that can motivate these more complacent people, or motivate people that don't have the time, and that their impact will be far greater. And so our best impact we can make is to empower those women that will empower the others.